Singer David has canceled the rest of his U.S. tour after a girl's body was found in the car of his car at a tow yard.
I saw these comments on TikTok on this random video. I could not believe it, and I'm thinking to myself, it's been weeks. There have been so many allegations. Josh Marshall has not said anything yet, and he did write back and he just confirmed that it was him, and he just stood by his statements, and that was it.
Folks, David's case just went from bad to straight up dark because there's talk of a full-blown murder plot tied to his name. And now, black celebs with ties to him are cutting off collabs, making sure they don't get dragged down with him. And with the pressure mounting, David just canceled his ongoing Withered tour, leaving fans wondering if his career can even survive this storm.
Singer David has canceled the rest of his U.S. tour after a girl's body was found in the car of his car at a tow yard.
But it gets worse. Investigators have already combed through the house where David allegedly stayed with Celeste, the girl found dead in the trunk of his car, collecting bags of items for evidence.
Late last week, Los Angeles police searching a home in Hollywood Hills that the singer was staying at, removing several items, including a computer.
And if you've been keeping up with David's messy drama, you already heard he had deeper ties to Celeste. Word on the street is she was his girlfriend. Photos of them hanging out have resurfaced. Celeste attending his concerts and even live streams showing David having wild conversations with Celeste. Stuff a grown man has no business discussing with a minor or making rounds online.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my. Delete everything. Delete everything.
Now, fans who once rallied for him, swearing his involvement was all a setup, are switching sides, questioning everything, and watching this scandal unfold like a ticking time bomb. But it ain't just fans reacting, but also black celebs who once flexed their connections with him. They're vanishing from his socials, ghosting him like he never existed. Kali Uchis was one of the first to make her move, unfollowing him and clearing any trace of their collab. The track Crashing, which racked almost 40 million streams on Spotify, is now in the process of being taken down. She made it clear in her comments that David ain't her friend, that their link was strictly professional. Not my friend, I did a song with him, which is currently in the process of being taken down. Given today's disturbing news, she wrote, throwing shade at the broader implications and leaving no room for ambiguity. Tyler, the creator, followed next, hitting that unfollow button and deleting posts that once flexed their connection. The streets talking about how quickly ties are getting snipped. One day, you're in the studio together. The next day, your name and face are wiped clean from timelines. And Daniel Caesar didn't hesitate either. Any evidence of their interactions gone from his socials, leaving the message loud and clear. Association with David is toxic now. Fans who once looked up to these collabs are shocked, seeing them energy that used to hype him now retracting faster than you can scroll past a rumor. Then Ice Spice jumped on the same wave, unfollowing him, erasing stories, posts, and tags that tied her to the scandal. Addison Rae too made her move. Now fans know this ain't just social media drama, this is survival in the spotlight. These celebrities aren't risking their reputation by sticking around while the David story keeps getting darker. The streets are watching and the lesson is clear. Stay connected to the wrong energy and you get burned. But it ain't just the celebrities cutting ties. The industry itself is making moves, showing that David's brand is in freefall. The deluxe edition of his album is put on ice. Promotions, endorsements, collabs, they're all getting cut off. Even his label won't even be in the same room with him, let alone touch a press run or campaign. Brands and collaborators that were tied to him are moving like they never knew the dude. Every post scrubbed, every tag deleted, every association severed. David's clout, his streams, previous hits, they don't mean nothing when the streets, celebs, and the industry all turn their backs at once. But it gets even crazier. Since this whole scandal, David hasn't said a word, neither denying the rumors nor clearing his name. But now that's changing. David's manager, George Marshall, just addressed the allegations, denying David's involvement with Celeste via a comment on a TikTok video. According to reports, people didn't even believe it was really him at first.
I saw these comments on TikTok on this random video. I could not believe it, and I'm thinking to myself, it's been weeks. There have been so many allegations. Josh Marshall has not said anything yet, and he did write back and he just confirmed that it was him and he just stood by his statements, and that was it.
But folks ain't buying the innocent narrative, calling it damage control. They're saying David is hiding behind his manager to deny the allegations when he ought to step out himself. Because, let's keep it buck, the evidence resurfacing is all screaming suspicious. Celeste got the same shh tattoo that David has on her index finger.
There was one real identifying feature that was on the human remains. It was left behind, and that was a tattoo on the right index finger on the inside that read shh. David has that exact same tattoo on his right index finger.
Her mom already told investigators that she knew her daughter was seeing some David, though she never met him.
Celeste Rivas' mom talked to TMZ, and she said that her daughter was dating somebody named David. She didn't know who he was, but all of this is going to come into play as the LAPD is trying to understand if there was a relationship between David and Celeste Rivas.
Now, folks are stacking his lyrics against him like receipts. In Decide, David says, I know what the problem is. Save your tears, 7 years. I know life is complicated. At the time, it felt harmless. But now, when you realize Celeste was exactly 7 years away from being legal, that lyric ain't just eerie, it's haunting. Here with me only made things worse. The line, I don't care how long it takes as long as I'm with you, now feels like he was just waiting for her to hit legal age before making their relationship public. Then there's Romantic Homicide, where David sings about killing someone in the back of his mind without regrets.
Some of the lyrics in Romantic Homicide say things like, in the back of my mind, you died. And he's really leaned into that darkness. You know, he even posted on his social media that he's selling custom bloody t-shirts by him that fans can purchase.
And One More Dance, released earlier this year with a music video showing David dragging a lifeless body which is stuffed into a car trunk by 2 dudes. Fans and critics now connecting the dots, saying his entire career might have been a confession hidden in plain sight. One user wrote, it's eerie how his whole career has been a confession. Another said, many of his songs include lyrics that hint at death of his significant other and killing them too. It all sounded metaphorical before, but now it makes you think twice. Add interviews resurfacing where David himself describes himself as some evil anime character committing crimes.
I'm really big into anime and I'm really big into manga, and I wanted to make my own manga series at one point, and a big part of that manga was an evil version of me named Itami, which means pain in Japanese. The story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving murders that I'm committing myself.
It's looking over for David as he's been judged in the court of public opinion. Now, folks are wondering, why hasn't he been arrested yet? Was all this just a series of coincidences, or has he been dropping clues in his music all along? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're all in for raw truths and bold takes, hit that like, subscribe, and click on that next video popping on your screen now.